We kept getting in the ocean. People were like, "You're really gonna get in the ocean once that happened?" I was like, "I've been swimming in the ocean my entire life and never stepped on a sea urchin. There's no fucking way I'm gonna do it twice."
Because a lot of people don't know how to dismount on a surfboard. So when you get off, you're supposed to like starfish. A lot of people try to catch themselves, but you're standing up on a surfboard, water's only like 8 deep. You don't starfish and try to catch yourself and break your arm.
It's really good to see how people interact with their spouses. I just think it's such an important thing. It doesn't mean that everyone's got to be perfect. You know, there's a lot of alcohol involved on a group trip like this.
I'm talking to a girl. I was telling her, because I have a big head. It's noticeable. Like in our kickball picture, I have one of the biggest heads there. Welcome back to Thaddeus Voss podcast. We're going to talk about all kinds of random things today. Today is a chiller session, and we're going to kick it off with the top 5 things Thaddeus learned while on vacation at President's Club. So I will tell you now, spoilers, he learned sea urchins are spiky. Tell us more about it.
Yeah, I did step on a sea urchin. I was swimming pretty far out in the ocean. I see like a sandbar with some rocks on it, and I'm like, oh, not rocks, but sandbar. But as I go closer to the sandbar with rocks on it, there are more rocks underneath the water. And so I accidentally kicked one of them, and there's sea urchin on it. You can see my toe if you want.
Have you seen that video where it's like, stepped on me, stepped on me, stepped on me?
It's not that bad, but like those are legit spikes underneath the skin.
Dude, I'm so like autistic that I would just have to pull them out.
Dude, but I tried and I couldn't
I would
get
get a
them out.
scalpel and like cut it out and pull it.
I'm telling you, I took like nail clippers, clipped down through the skin, and then tweezers to try and pull out. And not only was it got more painful the more I dug at it, but some of the spikes have already
that deep.
I mean, it's deep enough, yeah, but some of the spikes have already came out just from 2 or 3 days of me just like soaking it in the pool. That's what Chad said. It was like, actually don't dig it because that's gonna make it higher risk for infection. But if you just like let it soak in the pool, it'll start coming out naturally. And if you just give it like 2 weeks, your body will just like push all those things out. So, and you saw me like racing on the beach and whatnot. Like, it was okay. Like, was I putting a little less pressure on my foot? Yeah. If I wore tight shoes that weren't very comfortable, like I started getting irritated towards like yesterday we were traveling and I was wearing shoes that just weren't as comfy as these. And by the end of my travel day, which is like 12 hours, by the way, my foot was starting to hurt. Like I had to kick my foot off or kick my shoe off as soon as I landed at the Louisville airport and just like walk through back to the car and get the luggage and whatever with with one shoe off.
I was gonna say there's been times where I've been flying and like for some reason it was either I think there's once I dropped a 45-pound plate on my toe, broke it, and the nail fell off. And this is when I did my senior trip to California, and we were walking everywhere.
Yeah,
and on the plane I was like, I just can't have my shoes on. And I got stinky feet.
Yeah.
I felt so bad, but I'm like, I just can't. Like, I'm in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
So, like,
it's the only thing you could do.
Like, suck it. But we've all seen those people that, like, man, put your shoe.
Well, what was funny is the first thing that I did was I went to first aid, and they hardly speak any English. And they're just like, yeah, we have no tweezers. I'm like, okay, so what do I do? And they're like, hey, you can go to like the first aid was like just the front desk, but they have an actual first aid like room. It's like medical emergencies and whatnot. They're like, oh, no. I thought it was rocks. And they're like, no, that's an animal. And I was like, and there's broken English taking place at this point. And they're like, I don't know the name of it, but the Spanish name is whatever the hell the Spanish name was. No, it was, I had to look it up. I was like, I don't know what this means. And I was like, oh, sea urchin, that makes a lot of sense. And they're like, yeah, like the only thing we can do is send you to the hospital. I'm like, nah, I'm not going to the hospital. What do you mean? I was like, I just need tweezers. And he's like, yeah, we don't have them. Does it hurt? And I'm like, I mean, it's not comfortable, but like it doesn't hurt me enough to like stop my day. And she's like, well, the only thing I can do is give you these needles. And so they literally gave me like an insulin needle and then like a mixing needle. And that was what I started out with, was just like a nail clipper and like trying to pinch it out with needles, which did not work even a little bit. I got 0 out. And then someone on our trip like had one of the girls had not nail clippers, tweezers. And that didn't really work either. I mean, at this point, it was like the following day by the time I got them, and they just started, I guess my skin started growing over them or something.
Yeah, just don't push them out.
So,
like, whatever.
But yeah, that's one thing. And we kept getting in the ocean. People were like, you're really going to get in the ocean once that happened? I was like, I've been swimming in the ocean my entire life and never stepped on a sea urchin. There's no fucking way I'm going to do it twice. Like, I had the injury for everyone in the ocean. Everyone can do whatever they want now, and they're basically scot-free because I'm the one that took the bullet for everyone is what it felt like.
Exactly. No, it's like going to the beach a lot.
Yeah.
You don't get hurt.
Yeah.
Honestly, the most dangerous thing I've done is gone surfing. Surfing is like
when you got coral underneath you and reef.
No, because a lot of people don't know how to dismount on a surfboard. So when you get off, you're supposed to like starfish. A lot of people try to catch themselves, but you're standing up on a surfboard. Water's only like 8 deep.
Yeah.
you don't starfish and try to catch yourself, break your arm.
Yeah.
So a lot of people break their arm surfing, especially like me, a large gringo man. It's what they love calling me, the grande gringo.
The grande gringo.
Every time I go somewhere, like, oh, you're so big. Like in their sizing, whenever I go to like Honduras or Costa Rica, I'm like a 5X,
Yeah.
like a 4X. And they're like, whoa, so big.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the kids say too, they're really proud about it. They're like, wow.
Can I take your picture?
They're like, and you fat. I'm like, whoa.
All right, too far.
Too far.
I prefer muscular.
Yeah.
I prefer thick boned. I don't know.
Here's a funny story. You guys are gonna love this. I'm talking to a girl. I was telling her, because I have a big head. It's noticeable. Like in our kickball picture, I have one of the biggest heads there.
Well, the thing is, no one noticed that until you pulled it up. And you're like, damn, bro, my head's so big. And I was like, what are you talking about? You pulled up the picture and was like, well, no one thought about that. Everyone looks at themselves in a picture. Like they're not
Yes.
looking at, maybe they're looking at other people, but like the core focus is, how do I look?
Yes.
You're the only one that noticed how big your head was.
No,
compared to who's
exactly,
busy.
exactly. But I'm just super aware of it.
Yeah.
And I was talking, I was like, yeah, whenever I lose weight, it's like my face is the last thing that goes. Like it just stays giant. It's bad. If I get like really, when I was running, like my face finally got there, it looked like a different person. But like it took me to like 210, which is
Well, one of your
small.
profile pictures, you look pretty thin in the face. You're in a black shirt or something. It's like a professional picture. It might be on your email. It might be on your email.
Oh, yeah. I was probably like, before I started like bulking again for my shows.
Yeah.
I was definitely, when I was running, I was my smallest for sure. Just gave me jack. But I was telling her, I was like, oh yeah, my face made me lose weight. And she's like, really? It's like, you got weight to lose everywhere else before your face. And I was like, and she's watching.
Like, that wasn't meant to hurt your feelings, but it came out terribly.
Not at all. I was making fun of her because I was like, what the fuck did you just say?
Yeah.
And she's like, I didn't mean it like that. And I'm like, my bad.
But
Let me
the
tell
thing is,
you,
if you said that to her, game over.
I would die
Blocked,
forever.
police report, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah. I'd run that.
Some girls can be crazy.
I did on the T app or something. Okay, so sea urchin, we have 5 things to go through. What are the other 4? What else happened?
Oh man, I learned taking a break is like the best thing that you can do. Like, I think a lot of prior years, whenever we do, I'm not like so work centered the whole time that we're there, but like we want to go to a dinner, we get drinks, we get appetizers, and then like right after the appetizers come, before the mains come, it's like, let's get down to business. And we have like some type of theme. And that's what I've done in a lot of the gatherings that we've had, even whether it's a small group with one of the offices, or whether we got the offices together, or whether it's giving a speech for like a year-end party. And I was just like, I just want to plan as many events where everyone's together, and let's make nothing work related take place, because I know that I've been stressed lately. I need a break. These guys got to need a break too. Let's just see what happens. And I think everyone felt more relaxed because of it. Just like, 5%, it's not like I'm overwhelming them with work stuff in a lot of these vacations. It's more so, let's have a few drinks, get to know each other and stuff. But just really allow yourself to take a break. And naturally people talk about, if you have a good culture, like people are talking about work.
it's gonna happen
It's like, they're going to you have your inside jokes, you have your industry inside jokes, you have, they're still getting texts from their reps. These are all the upper level reps. So it's like, they have people that report to them. So they're all still getting texts. It's like, we don't need to layer onto that.
Yeah.
So I think that was really good. I started to notice like cliques. I guess we're number 3. I started to notice like a little clickiness. Like the 2 major offices is New York and Kentucky. Those are the 2 biggest. And like, first night, there's a couple reservations taking place, and they're, the New York guys are together versus the Kentucky teams together. And it's like, no. Like, naturally, you're going to do that because you see each other more frequently. I get that. But it's like, no. We just have to like build activities. And it wasn't like we were doing some itinerary. I was just like, hey guys, like, I got us all a reservation in this restaurant. Maybe I couldn't get 17, which is how many people that came. But we had like a table for 8 and a table for 9. And like, I just tried my best to mix it up. And since I'm in Kentucky more frequently, I tried my best to sit, just merge the cultures. And like after the first day, it kind of started, everyone's doing everything with everyone. But
Yeah.
I think that's natural. And I think being cognizant of that, of how do you kind of just disrupt those work friend groups.
Yeah.
Not that you don't want them to spend time together too. It's just like, you want everyone to kind of hodgepodge and bond. So that was a good thing.
Yeah. Clickiness is something that in high school, it's kind of hard. Like, life is pretty clicky in general.
Well, you naturally gravitate towards people that you have more in common with, or that you see more frequently, so that's not like a bad thing. I think clicky is the bad word. It's just like, naturally, the people that saw each other more frequently on a day-to-day basis would start making plans together versus
Yeah, it's like putting more energy towards new connections
yeah.
versus nurturing the same ones. It's like, hey, this is a time where we can nurture new ones, so let's do that. Versus you're gonna see them, but
Yeah, and my manager is very conscientious about it as well because me and him are both in Kentucky,
yeah,
so it's like, "Hey, we gotta go and mix these groups up a little bit."
and mingle.
Which was great. I mean, and again, like, I feel like I'm at home with both groups because I
Mhm.
see both of them so frequently, and because, they all chose to work for us for a reason. I would imagine I'm a big piece of that reason. So I feel really good, but it's more so like, how do I create the environment where the guys that don't get the opportunity to go to New York or vice versa very often for them to get together? Because that's when, different ideas come about and, hopefully they're comfortable enough where they start texting each other about deals, right? Not
Yeah,
just stay within your team. Like you want to ask advice from other people that might be better at a certain area within the business than you are. So that was good. Um,
you got two more.
It's really good to see how people interact with their spouses. I just think it's such important, thing. It doesn't mean that everyone's got to be perfect. There's a lot of alcohol involved on a group trip like this. Like you're going to see, some, moments of
It's a girl and guy. There's always a
friction to
little
some
bit of
degree, but it's like, hey, like, is everyone happy? Like, is
yeah.
everyone like feeling good? Can everyone click? And it's, most of the individuals that went on President's Club were males from Bluegrass,
Mhm.
meaning or from Lionheart. Lionheart's included too. Um, but it's like, can the girlfriends kind of get together? It's
Yeah.
like I'm going to New York. You and me are both going to New York, and like
Mhm.
Lo gets to go hang out with all the girlfriends, right?
Mhm.
And there's a couple nights where it's like, okay, we get to do something together. There's a couple nights where it's like, hey, this is a work thing, but you can come towards the second half of the work thing. Let me just kind of focus on the guys at the beginning or the reps. And then there's some nights where I'm doing my own thing with work, and then it's like, you got to go hang out with whoever you want to go hang out with. And, when you have a significant other that really supports you in your work, they're planting seeds for you too. Not like it's an agenda. I don't want people to think
Yeah.
that that's what it is, but it's like, you talk about your spouse in a positive manner. And if I'm sitting in a certain position that holds some leadership value, it kind of just helps whatever their pillow talk is at the end of the night, whether it's a rep and their significant other, it kind of makes them feel more happy about the culture and about how everyone is melting together. And I think that that's important too. So, it's cool. It's like I've gone through phases of business where I really wanted to be super close with everyone, and then I've had my hand bitten plenty of times, and so
Mhm.
then that caused me to kinda pull back, but then I kinda got more sad. I was like, "I want to be close with my
Yeah.
people," and I think just like loving a female, you're going out on a limb, and yes, everyone can hurt you, but it's like, don't pull back from your working relationship with people or pull back from your personal relationship with the people you work with because you wanna, like, have this line. I do believe the line's important.
Mhm.
There needs to be a line, but, it's important that people don't just stick with companies because of money.
Yeah.
They stick with companies because of titles, because of tenure, because of, recognition, because of culture, because of camaraderie. I mean, there's a lot of reasons, and those are things that are important that I personally have done a good job about in the past. I don't think I've done the best job about it in the past 12 months.
Mhm.
And I think this past 2 months or so, we've like designed like a culture push kind of agenda that we've been talking about with the management team. And it's just like, it's as funny as it is, the sales reps just kind of want to drink with their bosses. It's that simple. Go hang out
Yeah.
with them, and get to talk about something that is about their personal life, not just work related. It kind of helps you understand their why,
Mhm.
brings you a little closer together. So that was really good. Um, I don't know. It's fucking hot in the DR. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Try to avoid sunburn the whole time.
You guys were what, Dominican Republic?
Yeah, we're just in Punta Cana. I mean, just like a
Yeah.
easy trip. It's what we typically do, just like an all-inclusive resort.
Mhm.
So easy to plan. Like other people, like sometimes people are like suggesting some crazier places, and I'm like, the budget's the budget. So it's like, do we want to put ourselves in a situation where like, yeah, flights and Airbnbs paid for, but then like, who rooms with who?
Yeah.
That's always a weird thing. And because you're going out of the country, sometimes hotels are not. It makes more sense to do Airbnbs, but like some of these people don't know each other. And like, some people might be right out of college where some people are married with kids. It's like,
Yep.
how are you going to get them to room together? It just doesn't make sense. But then on top of that, like that might eat significantly more into the budget. So then it's like, all right, we're going to a dinner and now everyone has to pay their own bill.
Yeah.
It just doesn't, and some people are cool with it, but some people might not be making a ton of money and they spend whatever. Some people make a bunch of money and they're frugal and like, it's not your place to be able to tell them what to do. So it's like, well, let's just make this really easy
Yeah.
and make sure everything's paid for. You literally just have to show up.
Yeah.
That's it. There's zero expenses that you have to incur. Maybe a $5 bill to the bellhop here and there. That's about it.
Yeah. Make it pretty easy.
And this one had a casino, so everyone had their own little gambling tab, but that's about it.
Did anyone win?
Yeah, of course.
Was that like big wins? Did you have any good wins?
I don't gamble that much. I did a little bit. Really, I just kept pulling out money for Lo to gamble with, honestly.
You're just funny that.
It took her until like day 4 to realize how to play blackjack. She's usually just listening to whatever we were telling her to do. But she's got the itch. She loves it. It's just fun like when everyone's winning and the dealer's losing and it's like
Yeah.
everyone's on a team. So
do you think you were like, did you break even net negative after all the side questing?
this is a good little insight into my life. I don't sports bet. I don't go to the casino. I don't bet on horses, even at the Derby. I mean, maybe like one race I'll bet on. I actually hate it because I could go up 10 grand and feel like, woo.
Yeah.
But if I go down like $100, I'm like mad.
Yeah.
I could have gone and bought like, 6, 7 drinks with that. I could have gone and put that towards a dinner. I could have gone and like, there's just so many opportunity losses of like that I could have, like for me, the opportunity cost of what I could have spent that money on is so much more valuable. And I just get mad when I lose. And that's why the only gambling that I get, I mean, sometimes I'm funding a business. I'm like, oh, this is a little bit of a gamble.
Yeah.
And that's my gambling. Cause I'm like, all right, we're over here collecting 200 grand a day in daily payments. Why the fuck am I going to go to a casino where the odds are against me?
Yeah.
I am the house. Why would I do anything else? So I don't fully get it. I think people, once they start to syndicate like crazy, like, I'm not saying that itch will ever go away. I mean, sometimes it's fun just to play for an hour and break even, but you spent an hour with your buddies yelling and screaming and having fun, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of more what it was. So I pulled out like $1,000. I just kept giving money to Laura and I bet it a little bit for myself, but I just don't care that much.
Yeah. I went to Downs After Dark on Saturday.
I was down, by the way.
You were down?
Yeah, I lost like $500, but it's not like a big deal.
Whatever. You go into it knowing you're just like, hey, if I lose everything, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
That's how you should do it.
That's the point.
But I was at Downs After Dark and everyone was like, dude, you gonna bet on the horses? And I was like, It's like, so like you, it's just really not interesting.
It makes it more fun with whatever you're watching.
Yeah.
So there is that component to it. If you're watching a sports game and you bet on it, even if it's like $5, it's just like, I have a reason to cheer
You're more
for you
skin
now.
in the game.
But I just, I care about the company more than I care about, the actual gambling. So that's just my MO on the whole situation. So
Yeah. What do you think? So I wonder if you know this about me. When I was there, what do you think my thought was when I was seeing those horses race? Think cam brain. I see a horse on the track running. What am I thinking?
testosterone.
No.
Close. That's a good guess, though.
That is a good guess.
I mean, I can only get just steroids in general.
No, so I was seeing this horse. I want to wrestle one of the horses. I was about 5 drinks in, but I was like,
Okay,
so
Cameron,
ready.
that's a weird thought.
But I was like, I want to fight it. Like, let's fight the horse.
You don't.
He's kind of jacked.
Cameron, okay, let's back up a second. Cameron does these things when he's drunk, but he's like a butterfly. Like he doesn't actually.
No, I'm like
or
not aggressive at all.
When me and Cameron first started working together, he's like, yeah, I'm like one of the least confrontational people of all time. But then he'll drink and he'll be like, I got to arm wrestle someone. And I'm like, okay, like if you
It's
want.
weird. And it's not like it's like a mean aggression. It's like brothers.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, brother. Like, oh, let's fucking go.
Yeah, that's a weird thing, Cameron, that you just told everyone. You want to wrestle a horse.
Well, you know
Oh,
what?
you know how that
When I
works.
win, it's kind of like that idea. It's like, how many 5th graders could you take in a fight? You ever heard that?
Yeah.
Yeah. How many 5th graders? I think you could take probably like 30. Yeah. I think you got to.
You just take one of them and just start spinning in a circle, knocking everyone out.
Just wiggle around. All right. Well, that's 5 things from the 5 things Thaddeus learned while he was in Punta Cana, hanging out with some killers in the AMCA space. And I'm glad you guys got more from that. If you like content like this, subscribe to the channel, leave a like, leave a comment. If you've taken your employees to a work vacation, tell us where it was, because maybe we're going to go there next.